This is the video and audio quality of the Asus Zenfone 6 at around arm's length. This is the video and audio quality of the Asus Zenfone 6 using its main camera at around 2 meters distance. And this is the video and audio quality of the Asus Zenfone 6 at around 6 to 4 meters distance using its ultra-wide angle lens. And this is the widest lens I've seen on a phone come April 2020. It crops the pictures if you turn the video stabilization on. Right now it's off, but if I turn it on, it looks like this. Cropped. Okay, so this is a test of stabilization using the front selfie camera on the Asus Zenfone 6. Of course, it's just the flip camera, so it is the back camera at the same time. We're shooting at 60 frames per second, 4K with stabilization on. So this is, I can see the picture completely because it has this flip mechanism, and right now I'm moving from this very lit condition into a dark tunnel. So we'll check out how well it copes to compensate for the loss of color in these very difficult situations. Does it give my face some light at all? Let's try to remove the spectacles and see if it realizes I'm like a person with a head. Yes, it helped a lot actually, I think. So mind that, you're not going to wear speckies if you're going to be selfie vlogging with the Asus Zenfone 6. And perhaps it won't give you that color to your face. Just a consideration. Well, I think it just may be a one-off. But I'll end this one off with the green patch as always. And now I'm shooting with the wide angle lens on the Zenfone Asus 6. And it still is 4K 60 frames per second. Of course, in this very lit situation, it should have no trouble whatsoever of producing a very, very convincing picture. That's an English word. And as always, we'll be walking into the tunnel. Please take note of the stabilization on this phone. I'm holding this at arm's length, and it is just an amazing stabilization this phone produces. It's 60 frames per second, that of course helps, but still, it has optical image stabilization on right now. And it also has electronic image stabilization on right now. Please take note of all the colors. So I'm going to end this off hi with all the green patches as usual here. That was my... Okay, so this is a test of dynamic range and contrast on the Asus Zenfone 6. How well does it compensate for this very, very bright background to this very dark but colorful foreground? You can see it's a very difficult shot for any phone or photography person. So what you're gonna look for is how well does it, like, is it able to switch the light, compensate for like the very bright background to adjust into the colorful foreground of Greta Thunberg. What do you think? It's shooting at 60 frames per second, by the way, 4K without video stabilization. This is the evening shot on the Asus Zenfone 6, and I only have 3 light sources in this room. I have that one, I have that one, and I have this one, which is always a tricky one because it should try to compensate and give my face some light, even though I'm moving in and out of the picture of a bright object, and it does. So that's thumbs up for the Asus Zenfone 6, and that's Andrea, and I'm recording at 60 frames a second without stabilization. Okay, so the Asus Zenfone 6 is able to track an objective you've chosen. And for this instance, I've chosen my dog teddy bear. And you can see it flips the camera all the way around, as long as I would like it to do to follow this objective, le dog. The fun thing is that it doesn't actually do this when it's shooting front facing, so you can't start off doing the motion tracking, using the motion tracking feature when you are front facing for some reason, which just seems totally weird because that's a fun thing to play around with. Please remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy Vlogger's Delight. Please, if you know a bad song, write it down below.